The Pixar theory is ever expanding. When each new movie is made, more clues are found. Now, I agree with this theory for the most part, but I do have one major issue, and that is the time jumps. Going from several million years ago to the present day to a few thousand years in the future. I think there's a better solution out there. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. Those that don't stay up and ponder the possibility of a series of animated films being in a shared and interconnected universe, let me give you the rundown of what I'm talking about. It all starts with a good dinosaur. 65 million years ago, the asteroid that should have killed the dinosaurs nearly misses the Earth. The dinosaurs continue to evolve, becoming more and more intelligent. Eventually, though, they do end up going extinct, and many people have theorized on why this has occurred, but we're not going to discuss it in this video. What we are going to do is keep moving on forward to the 15th century, and this is when Brave takes place. But just put a pin in Brave, and we'll come back to it later. As the time continues to flow, we end up in the 1950s. It's at this point that the Pixar universe is a lot like our own, with the main difference being the supers. But let's keep on traveling forward. It's the 1990s and the early 2000s. This is when we have Toy Story and Finding Nemo. But keep on moving forward. It is now the year 2100. The humans have completely destroyed the Earth and decided to go live in space and let tiny little robots clean up their mess. For the next several hundred years, cars would become the predominant life forms on planet Earth. Eventually, though, they would die out as they lose their energy source. It's about this point in time that humans have returned to the planet. But the most important part of this point in time is that insects and animals have gained intelligence and started to form societies. And over the next several thousand years, they would evolve to become the monsters we see in Monsters, Inc., who use doorways to travel backwards in time to gather energy from the screams and laughter of little children. Now, there are two major time jumps within the Pixar theory. We go from the good dinosaur all the way to Brave, then from A Bug's Life all the way to Monsters, Inc. Now, what if it is not time jumps? What if we are dealing with two separate timelines? Now, I know you're thinking, that's crazy, but hear me out. What if the dinosaurs evolved into the monsters, then apes evolved into the humans? We are dealing with parallel universes. In a Super Carlin Brothers video on why monsters believe children are toxic, they theorize how time travel works in the Pixar universe. And what they basically decide is that there's a set time period that's being jumped from. So what do I mean by this? Let's say it's 1,000 years. If the monsters are in the year 3000, they'd be jumping to the year 2000. If it's the year 3050, they'd be jumping to 2050. Now, it's not exactly 1,000 years, I'm just using that as an example, but if we took out the convoluted nature of time travel, we could say that they are jumping from the same year, just from Universe A to Universe B. So you might be thinking, what about Monsters University? Wasn't that founded in 1313? And to that I would say yes, it was. But I think that fits much better in this parallel universe theory. Think about it this way. The dinosaurs existed 65 million years ago. That gives the monsters a lot longer to start their evolutionary process than their human counterparts. Now you might also be thinking, what about the witch in Brave? Didn't she travel forward in time? And to that once again, I'd say yes, she was traveling in time. Now earlier I said put a pin in Brave, and this is why. Because the Pixar theory states that Boo from A Monsters, Inc. is the witch from Brave. As she grew up, she had memories of Sully, and she would do whatever she could to find him. She'd build doorways and travel to the future. She'd build doorways and travel to the past. But no matter what she did, she could not find him. Now, I have issues with this, because did she just stop going forward? At some point, she should have seen the monsters. But with my theory, it makes it even more tragic, because she wasn't searching in the wrong time. She was searching in the wrong universe, and no matter how much she looks, she will never find him. Now, if I haven't lost you yet, hold on to your seats, because I don't think there's just two universes in the Pixar theory. Oh no, I think there's four. Alright, wild speculation time. There are two prime universes and two sub-universes. We have the monsters, the humans, and what I'm calling the dead and the inside. So we've already discussed the prime universes, so let's jump into the subs. Coco shows us what happens to us when we die. We move on to another universe where the memories from Earth keep us alive when we're there. Then Inside Out shows us what's going on inside of every human. Although if we cut open a person, we're not going to see some society. So what if there's some pocket universe that is breathing life into every human? Now all four of these universes are connected. Let me explain. A human is born, they grow up and they grow old, and eventually they die, and they enter the death universe. And they stay there until they are no longer remembered, and then they fade away. And then they become monstrous. They become a spirit guide. Here they help somebody who is like them make the transition from the world of the living to the world of the dead. And when the person they are helping no longer needs them or it fades away, they are reborn in the world of the monsters. And they grow up and they get jobs. Maybe they scare somebody, maybe they make somebody laugh. But eventually they grow old and they die. And when this happens, they wake up in the world of the inside, becoming just one emotion inside of a human. It is here that they start to look more human, but they still have that connection to the monster universe, so some of their attributes are warped. And when that person that they are living inside dies, they wake up in the universe that they started in. I call this the Pixar Circle of Life theory. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Definitely comment down below and let me know what you think. I would love to be able to add to this and work out some of the kinks. But yeah, that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later.